forgot something. Two somethings in that fact. And you've probably been noticing that I haven't gone back to this planet ever since I had this weapon. That first thing is to shoot down a blimp. Okay, I think I need the Visibomb gun for it. Gosh, the Visibomb gun's visibility is so bad in the PlayStation 2 version. Yeah, I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot about the skill points here. Oh my gosh, how did I forget this one? I was so busy doing the Let's Play that I completely forgot to do this. By the way, this one earns you a trophy. Yep, you get Quarktastic for it. Now that we got those skill points out of the way, we need to go back to another planet because there's a gold bolt that we couldn't get before. Back in a moment. Yep. Back in Core 2. So now that we're in Core 2, all we need to do is get to a place, and me forgetting where to go sometimes, I feel like, I don't know why I think this is much further to the left. Anywho, we actually need to go to an area that I feel is a very late addition to the game's list of gadgets and key items and all that. I feel like they could have just made this an infiltrator, they could have just made this a Hollow Guy spot, and it probably would have been a more fitting purpose, because the Cobot kind of has no reason to exist outside of just this. You only really get it just to get this last gold bolt. Like, why does it exist? It had to be a late edition, like a very late edition. So yeah, we have our last gold bolt of the planet. Let's actually get the Taunter out, and there's a good reason for this. First of all, final gold bolt of Core 2. And second, break all the boxes in here without even needing to move a single step. There we go. Now that's why I call spring cleaning, even though it's like summer. It's freaking hot. So of course, we're gonna do the proper intro for an establishing shot. So let's go to another planet first before we do so. So back in a moment. Greetings everyone, it's me Gigalum, and it's time for the finale. Yeah, we are finally here. Probably my second longest Let's Play, not counting any bonus episodes. But yeah, it's time we take this fight to Drek. And on top of that, actually first let's get some ammo. I completely forgot about ammo. I'm completely forgetting about things in this game. Anyways, let's get some ammo. Let's see. Right. Ugh. There's just parts I'm not gonna like editing and such after the fact. Just gotta get some everything and such. Okay, I think I got everything. Let us begin the final planet. You could say our alpha is this game's omega. We're going straight to Velden. I was worried about the game pausing for so long. Then I remembered, right, PlayStation 2, slower loading times. By the way, because I'm not exactly a speedrunner of this game, there's like a series of glitches that let you take advantage of Ratchet's movement by like either like just doing some infinite long jumps, or how you'd say glitch past the final boss and avoid fighting it. I've seen like an entire speed run of New Game Plus, and like with that speed run of New Game Plus, this game can be done in less than 20 minutes. I'm not kidding. First of all, there's only one skill point here, and that is to defeat five of these guys, or no, 10 of these guys with only the wrench. Do yourself a favor, do the cheat strat. You want to, assuming I can actually hit the darn guy. Please don't ruin this for me, game. There we go. Take out these two, then die. Alright, now do it again. Do it again 4 more times. Because it's a cumulative. It's a cumulative. Ugh. There we go. They'll be tricky to take out, so, but fortunately these two are the easiest to reach. Also, camera angles. I have to say, this game still looks really good for PlayStation 2 standards, and it was like, what, 2 years after launch? 1? Like, this is an early PlayStation 2 title, and it looks really, and it looks amazing for its era. Oop, there we go. Now I had to do that 2 more times. I'm pretty sure this might be how speedrunners do this particular skill point. Like, if you're looking for speedrunning knowledge, I only know, like, surface level stuff. I've watched stuff, people like the Rixer and such. In fact, I've watched, another person I've watched their video of Ratchet Clank, Up Your Arsenal's Worst Planet. Oh boy, I have some shoes to fill. Now, I'm no speedrunner. I don't plan to try to speedrun these games. Like, it's just the movement tech that's going to be like something I need to spend hours on. Hopefully with this last one, that's the skill point. There we go. Perfectly timed microwave. Yeah. If you got all the skill points up to this point, you get the trophy for getting all skill points in the game in the PlayStation 3 and Vita versions. Now, may remind you that only certain skill points guarantee a trophy, but all skill points would go towards this trophy in particular. Now, all we have to worry about is the gold bolt in Drek, and that's 100%. Ugh. So yeah, we're actually almost done with this let's play. It's just this and the bonus episode where we have to show off the gold weapons. There we go. First of all, let's get our drone device out. Second of all, let's get the Visibomb gun because we're going to need it. And on top of that, we're going to need the Trespasser as well. There's a reason for this. The Visibomb gun is going to save your bacon. Probably more than once. This thing is going to save you from getting pot shot and such, but I'm going to tell you this right now, you want to make sure you're taking cover while fighting. And I'm just going to say this right now, there's a reason why I'm carrying the Rhino. I think that was... Yep, I think I know what caused that. Because... Oh, it's you. Okay. Could sworn there was one of you. And while we're at it... There we go. Threats neutralized. Let's just speed through this planet. In fact, actually no, we're gonna stay with the thruster pack because it's needed for not only some of the switches in this planet, but also the final boss. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This final boss kind of sucks. It's epic, sure, but there's gonna be a reason why I say it kind of sucks. Like as in, how did people beat this back in the day? With only 4 or 5 nanotech. Ugh, gosh. Like, Drek is throwing everything at us. And he's making sure that no Lombax gets past it. Uh-oh, another one of these, ships. Let's just dispatch it. Like so. So, yeah. Health is not exactly going to be plentiful on this planet. Gonna tell you that right now. So, you're going to need to get into the swing of just trying to make sure you take as less damage as possible. This is why you need the Trespasser. These are where the game's final puzzles are. And, let's see. Nope. Me forgetting. Oh. I keep doing that by accident. I'm like, oh, wait, it's solved already? I probably shouldn't be using the Devastator for that, but what you gonna do? But up there you see Drek's new planet. But of course, he's going to be ruining that planet and do everything all over again. Which, kind of is a morbid way for cash. We'll talk about that later. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Quick select. We're going to need to change out the Devastator for the Hydro Displacer. Because we're basically using everything on this planet. We need to use the Hydro Displacer at least once here. And on top of that, this is a checkpoint. Why else would they put a Gadgetron store here? Wait. Of course we gotta get... No way, I'm full on ammo. Okay. I love doing that. Ooh, nice button. Let's butt slam it. So, basically, I've been cleaning around. I've been trying to pack stuff up. I might be getting another shelf soon, just to basically neatly reorganize things as everything's getting cluttered again. Ugh. Sorry, just... Ugh, gosh. Problem with the Tesla claw is that ammo is that its like range can be a bit fickle. And oh, and this area also sucks. There's gonna be lots of long stretches of no checkpoints on top of these particular, on top of these Blarg soldiers and such that you have to deal with, and you have to hope not to get hit. Otherwise, you will be doing this section over and over and over again. Like, you'll be bereft of HP at all costs. Like, there's a reason why you have to take weird angles in order to, fight back. Simply because, it's easier to do this than to try to fight it legit. Depth perception is my worst enemy. I really hope I don't need glasses. Oof. Because, we're actually coming across our first gold bolt. All 3 gold bolts are relatively close to each other, which isn't a common thing, I might add. I have to ask, how did people do this with significantly less health? Because at this point in the game, if you didn't do the bolt glitch, you will only have 1 HP. Okay, good. I was so worried that I might have accidentally killed this guy by accident. I keep forgetting the taunter is a weapon, not a gadget. Even though it's more of a gadget. Okay, so we need this guy to come over here. He will hit the switch, and we'll let him live. This is our first gold bolt of the planet. The second gold bolt is actually not too far away. We just need to make enough progress. Unfortunately, the drone devices will not let him live. Be careful though. You don't want to fall into a pit. I did that by accident. Oh, goody. Goody. Let's get rid of you while we can. Yeah, I don't think so. Dang, I thought I could get both. I don't know what's the range of the Visibomb gun. But it's like, it's hard for me to judge, like, what would count as hitting both targets versus what would count as only hitting one. Ugh. But now we're jumping on these platforms. We're going to be jumping over these, like, grates and all that. Ugh. We're going to be jumping a lot, by the way. Basically, take whatever health you can get. Okay, I think I took care of that guy. Okay. I need to take cover because we got some more opposition to deal with. First, let's get the largest problem out of the way. And now you know why I prefer the Visibomb gun over the Devastator. Not to discount the Devastator that much. There are some uses for it. It's just the case of if you really want something, if you really want a specific enemy gone, all you need to do is take cover and get rid of them. Now we could make progress, but first we have to jump over here. Yeah, it's right behind us. And just all we have to do is just do a few jumps, get a gold bolt, and that is 2 out of the 3 in this planet. The last one, again, is not too far away, but we have to do oof. Here's me forgetting where to go. We have to do quite a bit before we get to that particular gold bolt. Ratchet. You do those kind of jumps. Just be careful. Watch your footing. I don't want to trust myself. Or I don't want to risk things. And here's me thinking that the swing shot trigger is much further away. Nope. Yes. Trespasser time. Time for another puzzle. I think this should be our last trespasser puzzle. Ugh. Word make. Hey. I feel like there's like one of these puzzles that gives you more lasers than there are gates to mess with you. Oof. So again, if you're just brute forcing it, you should have this solved in less time. Then again, there are probably solutions that make it more feasible to solve. I apologize if this takes a bit. Gosh. That's a helicopter, by the way. Seems a lot of things like the flyover my house. The problem is that like some lasers can't be used. Like if you're worried about being stumped on puzzles, like if you're bad with puzzles, like don't be, because they're not like the kind that requires like loads of just. It doesn't require like there we go. That took a bit, but I did it. Like, I guess because I did not do the whole, I did not play this game without doing the bolt glitch. I cannot have I have a hard time trying to picture trying to do this planet without it. But, given that, like, bolts are a commodity in this game and you barely get any, and they require you to play this game more times than necessary to even get close to getting a single gold weapon. Why else do I suggest you do the bolt glitch just to expedite the process? Because if you had to do things legit, you're gonna be like here for days, probably months, even getting a single gold weapon after getting the Rhino. Like, like, there's a reason why I say do the slope intercept method, because it's easier. There's a reason why I say that the only purpose of the decoy glove is glitches at this point. And that's not an accolade, though. That's just finding a use for a very useless weapon. Ugh. Fortunately, when you take a hit, you lose your Visibomb gun. And now I'm down to like half HP. So, there's the arena there. But now we have to go down here, and we have a rail. Go down this rail. And we have our last gold bolt. If you have collected every single gold bolt up to this point, that should be our gold bolt trophy for the PlayStation 3 and Vita versions. So, yeah. We actually don't have much left to go here. It's just a couple of shafts we need Hydro Displacers for. I don't know why that swing shot exists. It's probably to get you back to the other side of the planet. But, I'm going to tell you this right now. The bonus episode's going to be showing off, like, some extra things. Hopefully I can show off some more Easter eggs and such, because there are actual developer cameos throughout this planet. And of course we need the Hydra Displacer here. Oh, please. Please, allergies, do not affect me now, because I lost sleep trying to do this. Thank goodness for the Hydra pack, am I right? And this is me forgetting where to go. We're actually right next to the final boss now. We actually get a health pickup, some ammo and such. Well, time to fight the final boss. Let's start with getting through as Clank, whom, by the way, his voice actor does voice in Transformers. I forget the character. I'll be real here. I don't exactly follow Transformers, so I'm not exactly in the like midst to tell you who voices who right here and now. All you have to do is just punch your way through things, and then break this barrier. However, actually no, I want to wait to say this. Just get past here, and the final boss fight begins.
Hey! What the?
Imbeciles! After all the trouble you've gone through, you're about to die right where you started. It's so poetic.
This is it, Clank. Let's get him.
Alright, it's time for a robot fight. We're going to take him on with all of our power. We're going to give him a full force of...
You might have been useful to me after all. Too bad you chose the wrong side.
So this is where the true final boss begins. I'm gonna make a bit of a cut here, so that way, if in case it takes a while, at least I have this part successfully recorded. So I'll be right back. So now it's time to fight the final boss for real. First things first is that we're going to be refilling on ammo. So there's a reason why there's a there's an ammo station here, or a Gadgetron vendor here. You're gonna want this. I'm gonna tell you this right now, the Visibomb gun is not gonna be any use to us because the game actually will account for you trying to cheese a boss fight. But there's gonna be a weapon that we're definitely gonna be needing to use. So first of all, let's get our quick select. We're not going to be needing the Trespasser. I'm going to put the bomb here. I'm going to recommend you use the suck cannon. And as for the Hydro Displacer, we're going to be needing the Devastator. I don't think we're going to need much use of the Walloper. And the Morpho Ray, well, you really only use this to get rid of, to neutralize enemies and such, but other than that, it's not really much of a use. I think we'll just have our own Glove of Doom just in case, but we gotta make sure that I have the drones on top for a reason. So I'll just tell you this right now. The reason why you can't use the Visibomb gun in this boss fight is simply because the Visibomb gun immediately loses signal the moment you try to fire. They basically said you're not cheesing this boss fight. So of course, this boss fight's pretty hard because there's no checkpoints. And the problem is that this is where the real problem of not being able to strafe is. Sure, you can strafe with the thruster pack, but it's not exactly the strafe that you want to use. Now, Drek's weapons are much like yours, only on a larger scale. You want to make sure that you're double jumping over these shockwaves, otherwise you have that happen. Ugh. Because he can just pot shot you. And I'll tell you this right now. The reason why I usually carry the Rhino for this boss fight, after doing the glitch, there's no checkpoints in this boss fight. None. The only checkpoint you have is the one next to the Gadgetron vendor. They could have put another Gadgetron vendor before this boss fight, and that would have made my life easier. Ugh. Man, because the swing shot is always a gadget that you have to select instead of having something be a hotkey whenever it needs to be or something, it makes sections like this a pain. So, ugh. 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 Now, fortunately for you, this game does have ammo drops whenever need be, and here's the reason why you want the suck cannon. You can actually suck these up. Fire them straight back at Drek. And just be careful. The suck cannon does not need ammo because you'll be getting your ammo in the middle of battle. Ugh, God. Oh, gosh. Okay, just be careful. Just make sure you are not in the line of fire. And there you go. Now we're on the final phase. Now if Zoe can stop touching the power cable to my PlayStation 5, I'm gonna need some zip cords for this. I did some rearrangement of my entertainment center, and I was able to add another shelf, which I decided to put my PlayStation 5 on top of. If it was large enough for my PlayStation 5 to sit underneath, then I would have put it underneath. But now, where that PlayStation 5 used to stand, well...
So, it has come to this. Once I step on this ignition switch, a countdown will commence. The end of which signals the destruction of your pitiful world.
There must be another way to make a home for your people.
You think that's what this is about? Who do you think polluted our last world? I did. This is about one thing and one thing only. Cash! And lots of it. You see, I've been paid for every square inch of my new world. Once the inhabitants move in, I will begin polluting this world as well. Then the whole thing starts all over again. Ah, brilliant.
Why, you evil little...
Save it, Clank. We have to stop that timer.
If there's one main theme with the PlayStation 2 series of games, it's basically corporate greed. There's a lot of corporate greed with these as a theming for this game. And and this game and these entries aren't afraid to show it. Before we had the likes of Ratchet and Clank being more so about like trying to find the character's origin and the like. Before we had a more mellowed out Ratchet, we had a Ratchet that was a bit of a dork, which isn't a problem, but also had some very awkward parts of his character. But was also a very awkward character at that. Now, in this final phase, Drek also is using his own versions of the Glove of Doom. Use the suck cannon. Basically, get yourself a handful of these, and just wait for him to hop down, and just get yourself some more ammo when he fires the mines. Just lather, rinse, repeat until you have an open opportunity. Now, this is his final phase, so of course it's going to be difficult. And it gets way more difficult when he enters pinch mode because there's going to be a lot more stuff and a lot more attacks coming his way. Unfortunately, I was unable to dodge both this and the shockwave. Okay. Need this and this. And just suck them all up. Okay. Now be careful. They're getting close. If you're lucky, Drek will shoot down his own minions. Just remember to double jump over the shockwaves. Just and use the suck cannon whenever need be. I don't know what's going on outside. And of course, he's in another pinch. Can you imagine having to do this with only 5 HP or 4? Ugh, God. Oh. Ugh! This attack sucks. Because it's hard to aim at him without the Devastator. And because I'm all out of Devastator ammo, that hitbox is deceptively enormous. Personally, I wish there was a weapon that lets you get more health back. Huh. Oh no, he's doing this again. Yeah. And don't be on the rails when he does this, by the way. That's my phone. Time to double jump. Ugh. Ugh. Not again. Just make sure you're out of the way. Just don't get on the rails when he's doing this attack. You will not go fast enough to dodge it. By the way, those ammo drops are going to be very, very generous. Ugh. Okay, run. Get to the rails. Unfortunately, the game decided that it wanted to pot shot me anyway. Because of how much projectiles are going on here. This is so bad. This is so bad. Oh, yes! First try? Really?
Ratchet?
What's up? You know, this time I am thinking what you're thinking.
I'm upset. I deleted the footage of how many times I was failing because I wasn't wanting to edit that all down. I was expecting to fail just as much here. And I get this on my first go. Look how closely I was to dying. Could you imagine doing this with only 5 HP or 4? Excuse me. But let's finally close this Let's Play.
This can't be good. Phew, that was close. Clank, you can pull us up now.
The servos in my arm appear to be broken.
Broken? As in, fall to our deaths broken?
Yes.
That was close. Thanks.
My arm appears to be badly damaged.
Ah, you'll be all right. Hey, tin can! Where do you think you're going? We, still need to fix that arm.
And that was Ratchet and Clank. By the way, beating Drek gives you the Drek This trophy. Now, there's another trophy that you get, but you can only get it after beating the game once. And it involves the golden weapons we saw. We only saw 5 of the 10 golden weapons you can get. We're going to be showing that off in the bonus episode. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not going to show off any of the prototypes until I have a means to show them off through real hardware. Personally, I was hoping to get one of those SD to PSX memory cards so that way I can load it that way, but unfortunately those things seem to be sold out and are not restocking anytime soon. A little bit of a fun fact here, I was going to use like footage of the PlayStation 3 version by taking these particular like screens from each of the planets for each of the planet borders. There's just one problem with that. It doesn't cover all planets. You don't see Ultanis or any of the space stations in this. So I'll just tell you this right now. Now, there are a bunch of people I want to thank. They'll be on the screen. I also want to thank my partner Plum for helping with our assets and such. All the stuff you'll see on screen during the Let's Play, such as the gold bolts, the skill points, and even the trophies. And I also want to thank the people at Ratchet Galaxy for all their research and references on the games. And yeah. Now, yeah, this is the only game to have Mikey Kelly as Ratchet. David K, that was his name. David K has quite the resume, and he voices quite a few robots. After this game, oh yeah, Jim Ward. Okay, Jim Ward is the voice of Captain Quark. He's also the voice of a few Fairly OddParents characters. And I want to say he voices a character in Krauser from Resident Evil 4. I want to say that he voices Krauser. Sadly, Jim Ward was fighting both Alzheimer's and COVID by the time Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was in development. So that's why he kind of had to retire from his role. Yep, Naughty Dog. Now you know why there are so many boxes? They helped with the engine of this game, by the way. I am so happy to have done this Let's Play. I'll save my thoughts for when we see the like little screen and such, because we have a post-credits scene after this. But yeah, personally, I can't wait to get to the other games and such. Wow, Warner Brothers did the sound production for this one? Ugh.
Do you have a problem with unwanted hair? Is painful itching in your nether regions causing you undue embarrassment? Do you just plain stink? Then you need this, the Gadgetron Personal Hygienator. Hi, I'm Steve McQuark, and this little baby can take care of any grooming needs that are just too much trouble for you to handle yourself. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah. Oh, mommy.
Turn it off! Turn it off!
Okay, what skill point did I miss?
Congratulations. Now that Chairman Drek's account has been closed, you're getting
I swear, if it was the sneaky skill point...
we have new items available for you. Just check the new goodies menu.
Like, I showed it off in the Let's Play at least. That should count as something.
Your current goals. You can also go back to your last
This is gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me a lot. So yeah. So, personally, I'm very happy to have actually done this Let's Play. This was a game that I wanted to do for quite some time. I was actually getting into Ratchet and Clank the moment I actually got my PlayStation 2 stuff out of storage. I was finally able to get this stuff. And I now own almost every physical copy of the game, of the series. I am only missing Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus as a physical copy, a physical copy of the Ratchet and Clank trilogy for PlayStation Vita that was only released in Europe, by the way, and the movie by itself. I own the remake. But I'll just say this right now. Oh yeah, I don't own the PSP games physically either, but that's beside the point. I'll say this right now. We're going to be starting the bonus episode from here, but I'll just say, personally, this was a fun ride for me to do. I was able to just get through all the skill points as much as I can, and so on and so forth. But I'm gonna see what skill point I missed, and then I'll show it off in the bonus episode. Because there's a good thing that you can. There's a thing that you can actually use in New Game Plus. If you miss any skill points, there will be a checklist that you can check in that part of the game where you can actually look at the skill points you've missed. You can actually get them before that point, but you have to know them ahead of time. With that being said, next time we meet, there's a chance we might be playing another PlayStation 2 Classic. I just need to practice it a little bit more because there's a couple of levels that are not going to be fun to roll up the largest object of a certain kind. And that's going to be your hint. Anyway, if you want to donate, there are a couple links in the description below. Any amount helps. If you want to follow this Let's Play and any others like it, it's just a click of the subscribe button and the bell and you'll be on your way. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I've been Giggling. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself. And I shall now bid you adieu.